honestly, what is going on right now? Like, what is this? You're nervous. You don't know why. You find your feet kind of get red to filth. I wouldn't say red to filth, but you know, definitely a little dirty. You know, definitely a little dirty for sure. We have sorry, actually I want to start with this card. We have the Six of Swords here in the reverse, and the Six of Swords does this thing where it's like it's trying, right? It like tries to bring in calmness and peace and those things. It just does a horrible job at it, you know? And part of the reason why it does a horrible job at it is because it cannot let go of the things that it needs to let go. Like in order to bring in the peace and the calm vibes, you have to be like, okay, the things that are causing me chaos, the things that are bringing me stress, I'm going to get rid of those things so that way I don't have to deal with them anymore. And this card is just holding on to those things, which is still bringing in that overwhelming chaos feelings, right? On top of that, we also have the Hanged Man here in the reverse, might I add. And the Hanged Man is basically like a card that says you can't do much right now. Like you literally cannot do anything right now at this moment in time. But it's like not anything. It's like you can't do what you want to do. And so this card says that in order for there to be any progress at all, you need to have a change in perspective. You know, you need to change the way that you view the situation, because not only is it going to make things feel just a little bit better and make things feel less stressful, but also it'll allow you to see that there are some things that you can do. It may not be what you originally wanted to do or what you originally planned, but it's still something that'll help you get on the right track, you know? But this card is like, okay, well, we need that change in perspective. We need to have patience, number one. So that way we can continue on our journey, you know? And that's what it is. And what's also so interesting is this Knight of Cups in the reverse, because the Knight of Cups in the reverse, he is not having a good time. He is not enjoying things. It's like any of the happy feelings, right? Anything that would normally bring happiness, normally bring that contentment, it's just not there. Those feelings are just not there. It feels like everything is like a chore, where it's like, I just have to do this, and like the fun is being sucked out of it all, is really what this card gives. It's like this is something that I have to do and not something that I want to do, or not even something that I enjoy doing, is what it is. And that's because of all of that stuff that's going on, you know? It's because of the stress and the chaos and like not being able to do what you want to do and feeling stuck, you know? Oh my god, please stop. This is so accurate. You wanted the reading. You said let the cards do what they do. The cards did what they did. You're hungry? Eat food. Give me food. Also, can you give me food? I'm also hungry. Yeah. That's such a trick question. Usually. What were we doing again? Right. How are you? What's going on? Jesus, what's up, person? Sure. Fancy way of saying no. I mean, because technically the answer isn't no. Technically that's not 100% true. You know? Like just if you were a Norse pagan and you believed in like what's his name, Odin, I'd be like, that's 100% true for you, you know? Like that's your reality. It's the same thing. What am I doing again? Right. Is it Amaya? I think that's how you say your name, right? Are you okay? What's going on here? How's it going? Because we have the Nine of Wands here, which is a card where it's like, this card is really good at keeping people out, you know? Like it does this thing where it builds its walls very high, and the reason why the walls are up so high is because it's like, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want things to happen in the same way that they have before, you know? So like before anything could ever get started, it's already put its defenses up. It's not letting anyone really truly get to know them or really connect with them. And what's even funny about this card is like, even though those walls are up and even though you like try and keep people at a distance, people will still get in, you know? And eventually you'll still get hurt. You know, so it's just there for show, you know, and it just keeps you lonely, and where you don't feel truly heard and understood is what that is. On top of this, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse, and the Three of Swords is a pain, heartbreak type card. The good news about the Three of Swords in the reverse is like, usually it's already been through the pain and heartbreak, and it's more like, okay, now we're moving on to like releasing it, so that way we can still live life, you know? And with this card, with that pain and heartbreak, usually comes clarity. Like you can see situations better, you can see what you didn't before, you gain perspective, and it like gives you this little bit of motivation to be like, okay, now with this, what's my next step? What's my next move? You know, like what am I going to do now is usually what this card is about. But yeah, I would just say We also have a like we have the Magician in the reverse here, and the Magician in the reverse does not have the confidence that it needs. It doesn't have the ability to believe in its own power and its own abilities. And so with this card, I would say that we just need to gain some self-confidence, some self-assurance. We need to believe in our abilities to create things and manifest things and make things new, because it's really hard to like start something new if we don't even believe in our power to do so. If we're like, well, what about if I can't do it, or what about if that's too much for me, or what about if I don't have the skills to do it? This card says you 100% have the skills to do it, and you can. It's just a matter of you believing in you and you taking that step and being like, okay, I'm going to have that confidence, is really what it is. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So it's just a little bit of work that needs to happen, you know, a little bit of self-work, but we all need a little bit of self-work sometimes, honestly. You've been going to cosmetology school. Oh, that's nice. And you're going through that battle if you're not good enough for it, which I get it. Especially if you're like doing something like that, going to school. Sometimes you go through those periods of like you don't feel good enough and you question your worth and you question like if that's something you're even capable of. But that card literally says you are more than capable of it. It's just a matter of not letting your doubts get to you, you know, and not letting your fears overcome you is really what that is. But I get it. It happens to the best of us. Because me too, Gally. Me too. Oh, man. Anyways, I hope that helps you. I hope that gives you some clarity, you know, helps you with everything. Absolutely, no problem. You are more than welcome.